Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here, and welcome to episode 6 of Evilzombies Lair. Today we're going to be going over a few personal things, and we're going to go over some multimedia news of movies and TV news. Then we're going to talk about the anime recommendation for this week. Then we're going to talk about some tech news that I thought was really exciting. And then we're going to go over the main topic, which is about scary games that you really need to play, and just something to hit that scare fix that you need right now at this moment. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so personal updates. First and foremost, I think I'm sick. I feel so much like throwing up. I have since last night. No, I didn't drink or anything like that. I just feel sick. My daughter feels sick too. She's out laying on the couch right now because she threw up last night. So I have a fun day of work to look forward to. Yeah, well, I'm recording this on Wednesday, so by the time you see this, hopefully I'm all better and I haven't collapsed over dead from just feeling sick. But other than that, let's move on from that. But yeah, some more personal stuff. I finally found out how I want to go about doing the depression podcast that I was talking about, where I can tell you guys, well, not this audience, but I'll post another podcast about dealing with depression and different coping methods you can use if you don't want to take medication, or if you don't want to go see a therapist, if you don't have the money for it. Then I'll give you some tips on what you can do to survive depression. And this is coming from someone who has had a very dark time in depression, survived suicide, all of that. So hopefully my advice will be worth something. I really want to talk to you guys about that. And if you're watching the video and you see it look like it skips or pauses at all, that's because if I'm going to snort then or anything like that, because I get stuffy in the mornings, then I'll just pause it so you don't have to witness that. And also something else that is exciting to me, kind of personal, kind of tech news. I was playing around with my equalizer settings in Audacity, and I think I found perfect settings that I like for this microphone. Now, if I get another microphone, I have to go from square one and figure out again, but for right now, I found some great EQ settings. As you can tell, and probably from just listening to other videos, it probably sounds a lot better. I found some good EQ settings that I like. I boost the bass a little bit on it, so it sounds a little more deep, warm, rich. And then I bring down the treble just a little bit, because this microphone, the NW700, if you're not watching and you're listening, it tends to sound a little bit twangy when you get into the higher range. So I have this plugged into my Behringer UMC 202 HD audio interface that's plugged into my computer, and I love that setup. But the microphone doesn't have that same boomy sound I enjoy, so it just doesn't fit my voice. So I found some good EQ settings, because I have a naturally deep voice, and I don't want it to sound muddy to you guys. I do want it to have a nice warm tone, though. So I found some good EQ settings. That was super exciting for me. I'm so happy about that, because I've been playing around with the settings for that for a while, and I think I found something I actually like. So, yay! Just do my little chair dance if you're not watching. Okay. So, moving on, guys, subtopics. We're going to go into multimedia news now. Now, this is, I would say, bad news. Some people would say it's good news, but to me, I really think it's bad news. The Blair Witch Project is now getting a TV show. Right now, they're figuring out how to make it a TV show, but it is in concept work right now to make it a TV show. And this is something that I think is a giant waste of time. This is a boring movie. I mean, the second one was worse than the first one, and I don't know how they did that. Or I guess the remake. There is probably a Blair Witch 2, I think. But I've never stayed awake the whole time in the Blair Witch Project. I've tried. I have watched that movie 4 times, trying to give it more chances, to see what everyone cared about so much about it. And it's not just the type of perspective the movie shows. I've seen other movies like that. I've watched REC. I love that one. And there's various horror movies of that type where it was captured or found footage film. I watched a lot of those. I've enjoyed them all. But this one, Blair Witch Project, it was just a waste of time. I have always fallen asleep. Somewhere between 30 and 60 minutes into the movie, I'm out. 4 times I've given this movie a try. Yeah, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's such a terrible movie. It sucks. Nothing happens. Sorry if you haven't seen it yet, but nothing happens. It's just people wandering around in the woods scared because they don't know what they're doing. They didn't bring a compass. Apparently they don't have service because they probably have T-Mobile. Sorry if you don't hear me talking right now. I'm giving an exhausted sigh of just disbelief at the stupidity of the people in the movie. I'm just like, ah. Okay, guys, but no, seriously, I hate that movie. I don't think it's worth it to make a TV show of it because it's a waste of time. Okay, moving on. Anime recommendation of the week. Higurashi When They Cry. If you have not heard of this, talk about a horror series. Talk about a horror series. This is a good, scary series you need. It's also a murder mystery series, and the way the story is told, without giving away spoilers, it's told in the way that you would play a visual novel. Yes, it's played from the point of view of several different choices that someone would make, and then different paths they would take in their life. So you'll have a similar scenario with the same characters playing out in different ways, slightly, and then you figure out and piece together the clues to figure out the big picture. It's fantastic. I love it. I just finished watching season 1. I'm going to go through season 2 next. If you want to see what other animes I've seen, check out myanimelist.net/profile/evilzombie123, because I like anime and hopefully you do too. Okay, guys, moving on to tech news. Now, this is something that was really exciting to me. Asus is releasing a Ryzen Mini ITX board that just has all the bells and whistles. And actually, it might be my next one if I ever rebuild the case, because it looks really good and has everything I want in a board. I mean, holy crap, it's a nice board. It has USB 3.1 ports, I think the second edition of them. It has ABG and AC Wi-Fi built into the board, which means it's a dual-bound wireless router. So you can connect, you don't have to plug it in, because you can get really good speeds through the Wi-Fi chip on this. It's not a little Wi-Fi chip. It comes with a Nintendo. It's the 2 screw-in points on the back of the motherboard that I saw. So you can probably plug in whatever adapter you have for Wi-Fi, which you can screw it in, I mean. So that is fantastic, and I'm really happy about that. Next one is it has Bluetooth 4.2. So I haven't checked out what the differences are between 4.1 and 4.2 yet, what was upgraded. But, hey, newer is better. I'm excited about that, and I'm going to look that up and be excited about that and geeking out about it for months, I'm sure. It also has PCI Express 3.0, biggest and bestest, the newest, and it's beautiful, it's fast. It has 2 M2 slots. Sorry, yeah, the M.2 slots has 2 of them on there. Yeah, it has 2 of these, so you can have the solid-state disk M2 drives on there. So fast. It would be blazing speeds through everything else. It's wonderful. And it can support really freaking fast RAM. DDR4 at 3600 megahertz. 3600 megahertz, guys. That's really fast. I mean, right now my computer, my big desktop computer that I'm proud of, the RAM runs at about 1800 megahertz, 1866. But DDR4 at 3600 megahertz, that's really fast. Okay, it also, of course, has a Ryzen socket, an AM4 socket to support a Ryzen processor, and the audio is actually shielded. Like, very good shielding on the audio I hear. So, the onboard audio hopefully won't suck. Every computer I've ever tried in my life, and I'm an IT guy, and I was an engineer before that, and I was a game programmer before that, every computer I have ever done or used has had terrible audio quality from the 3.5mm jack in either the front or the back. It's always sucked. It has never been adequate quality. I would hope that shielded audio would mean it's at least adequate to get rid of the buzz. So it can get rid of that, the grounding loop buzz. I would really hope they can get rid of that someday. We have the technology. Why can't they just make an isolated audio setup in there, you know? It would be fantastic. Okay, guys. So we're going to move on to the main topic next. So the best scary games for that scare fix you really need. You need to be startled, you need to be tense, you need to be just frightened, overall not able to sleep at night, or else you can't sleep at night. Right? Right? Okay, guys. But yeah, seriously, the first game on our list is a free one. It's an indie game. You can find it on Game Jolt. It's called Vanish. Now, this is a procedurally generated horror game, and everybody has done a playthrough on it because it's fantastic, so you can probably watch any YouTuber to see what the game consists of. Basically, you're in underground sewer tunnels, and there's an unknown monster. Well, I guess they're kind of mole people, but they're unknown monsters hunting you down, and they're blind, but they can hear you. and you can hardly see anything because it's dark down there and you don't really have a light other than an occasional glow stick that you pick up. That really doesn't help all that much anyways, other than make the dark parts feel a little brighter if you get close up. There are notes and there's creepy things happening and you hallucinate and it's really scary. I mean, the sounds are perfect. If you have surround sound headphones, you will hear that monster right behind you as he's trying to grab at your flesh. So it's a good game. It's free. Go check it out. It's on the computer. So you have to have PC. It's probably a Mac and Linux version as well. I prefer Linux for everything, but I think I just use Windows 10 for my gaming PC. Okay, so next game is called Monstrum. This one is not free, but since it's Halloween sale right now, you can probably get it for around $7 or so. I think it's like a $15 normal price. Full disclosure, I got my copy of it for like $7 or so. No, I got it for about $4 because it was on a really good Steam sale. Yeah, that was it. But it's fantastic. It's a great game. It's basically like Vanish on a ship. You have monsters that chase you if they see you. You have puzzles that you have to solve to find a way out. You have several different options of escape in this one, and it's procedurally generated also because the levels in the ship change every single time you play. Nothing's going to be in the same place, and the layout's not going to be the same either. So it's fantastic. It looks great, and it's scary. It's a lot of fun. It's worth it. Go get that one. It's a lot of fun if you're looking for something to really just get you on edge for a really good challenge too. Next up, I am sure you have heard of it. You have to pay for it if you want to get it, but you can probably get it on a sale for like $5. Amnesia: The Dark Descent, or Amnesia: Machine for Pigs. Both Amnesia games are fantastic, and they are always on every top 10 list because they are that good. They're just honestly that good. They are worth it. They are worth playing because they are a lot of fun. But it's a scary game where you don't have any weapons, you don't know who you are, you cannot attack in any way, but you can run. Oh, you can run, and you can hide. So you can hide. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy that one. Go check it out. It's nice and scary if you have not played it and has a good story. So, moving on to the next one. SCP Containment Breach. SCP Containment Breach is not, I wouldn't say it's procedurally generated. To some extent it is. The levels are randomized at some point. But you can also, if you know the name of a map, you can enter that, or the map seed, and then you can enter that and you can play that specific map that other people have found. There are some maps that are much harder than others. There are some maps that specify one type of monster, things like that. But all the maps at least have a prerequisite where you have different ways to survive and different puzzles you can do, different key cards. Everything has a certain prerequisite, and you can get through every map. So it is possible if you are good enough at the game. Some people have played it a lot, but some people do have some glitches with it. The creators have never really said that it's fully completed. I think it's beta. It's been beta for years, so it's not getting any better. Go try it. It's fun. And it's scary and has lots of jump scares and things you would not expect. Next up is Dungeon Nightmares 1 and 2. I can't just separate these because they're so good, and I love both of these games. The first Dungeon Nightmares game you can get on your Android. I think you can probably get it on an iPhone. It's a free game. You can get it on Game Jolt, so you can play it on your computer, which is the version I would recommend because it just looks the best. But you can play it on the go. As long as you have headphones, you're pretty much good to go. I would really suggest using headphones with it because you want to know where the things that are chasing you are coming from. It's basically a procedurally generated... Yes, I love procedurally generated games that are random every time you play because it's never the same game. It's always a new experience. And I love it. I mean, Dungeon Nightmares 1 and 2 are both procedurally generated dungeon games. The second one you start in a hotel. But the first one, you just drop right into the dungeon, and it is scary. Things chase you, things are screaming at you, pipes are bursting, and you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? But no, it's a lot of fun. I love the game. It's awesome. But yeah, the first one is free, so you can go get that, play it, and then if you like that type of game, get the second one right away because it's so much better in every way. I mean, they upgraded everything. It's fantastic. It's a gorgeous game. The second one just looks fantastic. It's like right up there with any modern day kind of horror game you'd see. The graphics are great. The sounds are perfect. Everything's spot on. The scares are real. It's one of the scariest games I have ever played. I mean, That is easily one of the scariest games I have personally ever played. And next up, guys, is Dreadout. Now, Dreadout is awesome. If you are a fan of old school survival horror, then you will love Dreadout. Now, not only is the game just fantastic in every way, it looks beautiful. It's made by a company in Indonesia, I think. It's basically like the sole successor to Fatal Frame, that series, because your weapon is a camera that obviously likes Fatal Frame, and it feels a lot like Silent Hill sometimes too. It feels more like Fatal Frame 2. That's kind of what the game feels like. That's what they're going for, and it was a lot of fun. There were some great scares, cool ghost battles. It's a great game overall, and you can normally get it for pretty cheap. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's scary as heck. There's a lot of things that are dealt with. The one level that was a whole bag of nope for me was the mannequins. Oh, that gave me the creeps. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it. Go get that. And then if you really enjoyed that, go through the expansion game, Keepers of the Dark, because that just kind of plays on several different areas of paranoia with people. And it was so great. I loved it. But yeah, Dreadout is fantastic. Okay, guys, next game, Alien Isolation. This was a AAA quality horror game about Alien that was just beautiful. I mean, everything about it was perfect. I mean, some things, there are some little glitches here and there, of course. What game doesn't have them? But for what they were trying to do, they accomplished it. They wanted a scary game about Alien, an actual good scary game. And they did it. I mean, it's not boring in any way. There's no boring battles. Actually, battling might get you killed more often than not. Fighting is not how you win this game. It's sneaking around and praying it doesn't pull up the table and kill you right away or burst into the locker you just ran into. Because the cool thing about this game is the AI learns. It learns based on what you're doing. And that is something that has never been done in any other game that I know of. And it's fantastic. It really keeps you on edge because the alien is always doing different things based on what you do. If you're a person that hides under a lot of tables, guess where they're going to start looking more often? Or if you go hide behind certain walls when you're trying to make your way around a room, they'll start trying to go behind you the other way around. It learns, you learn, you have to find a good way around it. I love it. So that game is worth it. That one's always kind of expensive, but it's fun anyways. So go check that one out if you like. Next up is Araya. Okay, guys, so Araya is awesome. It's a perfect, complete game that I love. It's a Thai game, and it does have some lore and stuff from Thailand in it. And this is actually how I've met some good friends, just through playing this game and talking to people on YouTube about it. But Araya is a scary as heck game, and that damn wheelchair, always sneaks up on me. I swear, it snuck up on me enough where I named it Frank. Yes, Frank the wheelchair. But yeah, the game is awesome. I can't find anything wrong with it. It covers terrifying areas like morgues, and you're in a hospital. I mean, there's a lot of scary things going on in a hospital. It has a great conclusive ending. I enjoyed the story through and through. It was a lot of fun. It was a good game, and I had a lot of good times with it. It wasn't that long. I think it only took me like nine videos to do the whole series. So it's not too long of a game. It's worth checking out. I think you should give it a go. It's scary. It's a ghost type game. So, yeah. Moving on to the next one, guys. Home Sweet Home. This game came out, and nobody knew about it. Okay, the demo came out, and everybody freaking played it. Everybody played the demo. But the main game just came out, like, a month ago, and nobody knew about it. It's like it was just under the radar. It's like, oh, yep, we're out now. And everyone that played the demo, I thought would be jumping on this. But apparently not. I mean, I didn't know this until yesterday that it came out. And I'm like, what? I have to save up and get this. Because that's how good this was. The demo for it was fantastic. It was so scary. There was a lot going for it. You had sneak moments. You had scary jump scares. Creepy things wandering the halls. Things chasing you. It covered everything. It was fantastic. Home Sweet Home was scary. And if you do know, it's another game from Thailand. Apparently they're really good at making games. It had different chants and things going on in the background, where if you are from Thailand and you know more of the traditional myths and legends, it might benefit you more. But I did not, and the people in the comments were very helpful and generous and told me about what some of the things I might have missed were. So, yeah, it was very good. It was a very fun game. Even if you don't know all those things, yeah, it's still fun to play. I had a great time. It was scary, so I really highly suggest that. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stuck around to the very end and watched it with me. This one's a little bit shorter today because this topic was just easier to go through. I know it's only 9 recommendations, but I thought it was enough. Those are some good recommendations, and I think that will keep you busy for a couple months. So you guys need to go play those right now. They're fantastic. Thank you for watching. Press that like button if you're watching on Facebook, or sorry, if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe, rate, all that stuff. Leave me a comment down below right below the description. Leave me a comment so I can talk to you. I like talking to you. I like getting feedback. It brightens up every day for me. That's something I love. If you want to hear about something in the future, let me know, because I'll probably talk about it then. You can also, you're probably watching this or listening to it. Sorry, my voice is going. I had to pause the video. But yeah, you're probably either listening to this on a podcatcher or on iTunes or SoundCloud or something like that, or you're watching on YouTube. The YouTube channel's youtube.com/evilzombie, and the podcast, you just look up Evilzombies Lair, and it's the first thing that comes up. I mean, you see my face. Yeah, you see that face. I just made it if you're listening and you're not watching, because I'm a bonehead and don't always realize, oh wait, this isn't only video. But yeah, keep paying attention, because every Friday at before 7 a.m. I will post it. 7 a.m. I'll post the video every Friday, and either right before that I'll post the audio portion of it on the podcast network. So I don't know how to schedule a release yet on those for some reason. I feel like an idiot. But anyways, guys, visit those. Talk to me. I will want to talk to you. Have a good one. Keep being awesome. Hope you get scared. See you later.